In one of my videos, we discussed how Sony was facing a class action lawsuit due to reports of their DualSense controllers drifting, but a recent teardown of the DualSense controller may have uncovered exactly what is causing the stick drift. Let's get into it. So we all know that many things can cause stick drift inside of your controller, such as outside debris like food and dust, but also when you're using your controller a lot, little bits of plastic can break off and build up on the inside of the controller, causing stick drift. But recently, a YouTube channel called iFixit opened up the DualSense controller in order to discover if there was more to the stick drift other than user error, if there was any internal components that were to blame. In their investigation, they discovered quite a few things, but let's start with the least problematic and move our way up from there. What's causing drift in the first place? It appears to relate to wear to the potentiometer. A potentiometer is a 3-terminal resistor with a sliding or rotating contact, rotating in the DualSense's case, that forms an adjustable voltage divider to measure your position. Most modern game controllers have these under the hood. There are other potential causes to drift as well. As you move your joystick around, the spring-loaded self-centering mechanism can stretch slightly, creating a new neutral point. This stretch spring can trick the potentiometers into thinking your thumb is on the stick even when it's not. Now let's move on to the main takeaways of iFixit's investigation into the DualSense controller. And the first one being that Alps, the manufacturer behind the PlayStation 5's DualSense controller's joysticks, only rates the operating life of the joysticks to only be 400 hours. So if you were to keep your controller in absolutely perfect, mint, immaculate condition without getting a single speck of dust or a single crumb inside of your controller at all, your controller's operating lifespan is only 400 hours before your controller begins degrading. And it goes without saying that as a gamer, it's easy to rack up 400 hours or more, obviously not all in one sitting, but revisiting games like GTA 5 Online and Fortnite and Call of Duty, all of that stuff. Actually, it's easy to rack up those kinds of hours on single player games that you like Persona 5, Breath of the Wild, Skyrim. Now, the other biggie to the story is that the manufacturer behind these joysticks for the DualSense controller, Alps, is the same manufacturer for all of the major consoles. So you will find the same joystick hardware and whatever flaws it has inside of your Switch Pro controllers, your Xbox Series X and S controllers, your Xbox Elite controllers, of course your PlayStation 5 controllers, but you can also find these same joysticks in your PlayStation 4 controllers and your Xbox One controllers. So this explains why stick drift has been a problem for all of the controllers among all of the consoles since PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And now we know why Nintendo requested that their stick drift lawsuit be thrown away, why Microsoft requested that their stick drift lawsuit be settled out of court, and why Sony hasn't answered as of yet. Because none of them make their own joysticks, and to fix them is to replace them with the same joysticks that already have the problem. So hopefully, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo can all resolve this stick drift problem. Or as iFixit recommended, make it easier for the general public to be able to remove the joysticks and replace them if needed. As we all know, controllers are way too expensive to constantly spend $70 on over and over and over again. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.